Welcome to Smalltalk Daily for Wednesday, June 24th, 2009. I thought this morning I'd take a look at the Facebook plugin that I've been working on for Bottom Feeder. I pulled this from the current update stream because there's an interaction problem in the way Bottom Feeder starts up. It turns out that it loads its feeds before it loads plugins, and since this plugin specifies the definition of the feed type that it's going to add, it's kind of an interaction problem. So it's going to be formally released with the 7.7 release. In the meantime, if you really need it, you can load all the development stuff. And we'll take a look at how that works today. I've added a little convenience class for myself in the plugin that interfaces down here to the actual API, and the connector has a couple of API points on the class side. Send a new post, which will interact with the news stream interface to Facebook, and send a status update, which will interface with the status update piece of it. And you notice here it just goes ahead and sends a status update or sends a new post, and that goes through the default, which is going to come down here. So sending a status update, take the connection status set. Over here, if you take a look at sending a post, it's connection stream publish. So those are the two APIs of interest there. You can also add comments. It turns out that you can go ahead and comment on a feed, and that actually is encapsulated more properly down here in the item. I've got API set up such that the item asks, each item is asked, do you handle your own commenting? And if so, it comes down here. Notice handles own feedback is set to true. And if I look at where that's summoned from, I'll go to senders here, which you can't see off the screen, but I'm getting all the senders. And it's coming in here and asking, do you handle your own feedback? If so, ask it to open its own comment tool. Otherwise, there's the comment tool that's part of Bottom Feeder. So this guy will actually open his own comment tool. So here it goes in, opens this little comment UI, and then adds the comment to the item. And adding comment to the item is a simple matter of, let's find the sender of the implementer of that. You can't see that again off screen, but we come in here. And you find here in the connector, you've got stream add comment for, so that goes ahead and adds that comment. So again, going off to the interface and doing the right thing. Now, one thing, the way this interacts, let's start up Bottom Feeder and take a look at it. I've got a feed in there already. And when it starts up, the first thing that's going to happen is it's going to go to that Facebook feed, try to update it. And it's going to notice it can't, because when you go to Facebook, not only do you have to authorize it in terms of getting the extended permissions, but you need to actually log in. So I'm going to do this. It's going to bring up this, tell me that I'm already logged in. So let's go back down here. And now that I've logged in, I can check this box. It's going to actually get the session. I don't need to grant permissions because I've already done that. Notice I don't need to add the feed because it's already in, so now I can do this. I can go to the Facebook feed here. Let's do an update. And you'll see it's going to go out. And there's nothing new, but that's because it just updated a few moments ago. So here's an item. If I scroll down here, you see here's an item, and here are comments on the item that came in. So that's a matter of just getting interesting stuff happening. So it's a matter of using the API that I've already built for the Facebook interface and then plugging it into an existing application, which it turns out was not terribly difficult. You notice if you look in here at this Facebook streamed RSS, all I really have is the feed and the item subclasses. And these guys don't have a whole lot of code. Mostly it's a matter of creating the RSS feed type thing from the guy that comes in from Facebook. So it's just a transliteration exercise. And then the connector, which just holds a simple interface down to the actual API from Facebook. And then some simple stuff, a namespace, some settings to hold on to the way that we actually have our API key, application key, and so on. And then some simple UIs, which are just a matter of having the little comment UI. So again, that's a matter of, let's go ahead and bring that back up. Tools, Bottom Feeder. So if I go in here, plugins, let's go ahead and say I want to do a status update. It'll bring up a little thing here, and now I can do my status update. So updating my status during the screencast. And we'll hit send on that. And bringing up my Facebook page, you see here I updated my status during the screencast. That's what I just typed. But if you scroll down a little bit, you notice the way things work a little different. This was the news stream update. It comes down here and puts this little application icon next to it. That's just the vagaries of the way the Facebook interface works. So a couple of different ways of doing things. I'm not sure why that works, but if I go specifically to status updates, you notice that I only get the status updates, which is this guy. So the other things don't really show up. So it's kind of interesting and different the way that works. So I've got the news feed and the status update, and the plugin can handle both. So anyway, that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with Smalltalk.